Jared, how would you assess your play going against Alabama, which has one of the best defenses in the country?
I think I did some things very well. I think there's some things that I can work on, just helping out with protection, maybe helping the lineman out, filling some holes. But I think I played pretty well. I think there's a lot of things to learn from and get better from. They're definitely, as advertised, as I said, they're very good defense, and they do a lot of good things on there. They have a lot of great players, so it was a great test for us, and I think we're going to learn from it and get better.
Maybe a hard question to ask against Alabama, but is the speed of the game slowing down a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. I think that the game wasn't too big at all for me versus Alabama. I think that it was the right time and everything was going well for me mentally, so I think that the speed of the game hasn't really changed much.
Kentucky's defense has struggled the last couple of weeks, but just looking at them on film, what catches your attention about Kentucky?
They're a very physical team, very tough team. They're 5-2. They figure out how to win games. Definitely should have beat Florida in the process. They had a few mental errors, but they're definitely a very good team, and we're just looking forward to the task of versus them.
Have you ever taken a harder hit than you did at the end of the first half on that kind of Hail Mary play?
Yeah, I've taken some hard hits in high school. I got the chance to verse Rashawn Gary. He was my boy back then, but he used to beat me up a little bit. So I'm used to the beating, and it really wasn't that much. It wasn't bad.
What's the confidence level, your own confidence level like, and what's the confidence level of this offense like for the last few games?
There's some things that we've done to hurt ourselves, but I think that our confidence is still there. I think the offensive linemen still have trust in me and John Kelly and the receivers to make plays, and John Kelly has trust in them, and it's all around. I think that we're just in a good position, and I think that we're ready to explode these next couple of weeks and just play well.
What are the missing ingredients for this offense to make it successful?
No missing ingredients. I think that we're going to finally go out there and just make plays like we should have been, and I think that as practice has gone on, we continue to do so, and I think along the weeks we've developed the chemistry that will be put on display.
You said ready to explode. Is that something that you're seeing in practice that you feel like you just need to carry over to a game?
I think that there's a lot of things that we've done that have shot us in the foot, and I think that with the way we've handled things, I think we're just ready to keep it going and actually get on a good foot and just being able to process things and keep it going.
Jarrett, with all the turnover problems that Tennessee had in the first part of the season before you got the job, are you kind of reluctant maybe to be aggressive sometimes? Are you looking for a balance and going to push it and going to not force the issue?
No, not at all. I've always been the type to not really try to turn the ball over, so whenever I know when to take care of it or when to take a shot, I do so, and I'm definitely not scared to throw it down the field or do whatever happens, but I think that being able to control the turnover battle is a big part of the game.
Jared, where are you in terms of recognizing protections, getting the your offense in the right protections based on what the defense is doing?
Pretty well. Everything's good with that. Not very many mental errors coming from me. I think that there's some things that we can fix up going against different defenses. We don't really normally go against Bayer or not, so there's definitely things that we have to work on. We're used to even fronts in practice and all those things, so there's different mechanics and different processing for the lineman and myself.
John Kelly was talking about how after practice yesterday, he kind of took the line aside, took the other running back aside, and talked about the importance of keeping you upright, protecting you. What did that mean to you?
I didn't know that until you just said it, but I mean, it definitely means a lot. I know the guys have my back, and I sure definitely have their back going into it. I'm going to fight for them. They're going to fight for me. And that's just the way things are.
How much do you meet and talk with Larry Scott as far as game planning and things that you feel like you can do better?
I meet with him every day. I go into offensive staff and just hang out and just talk about different things that we're thinking for the week and how we're going to go about it versus our opponent.
What was it like playing on the road for the first time, and what can you take from that game on to your second one?
It was definitely a good first road test. Going into Tuscaloosa, it's definitely a different place, and I think that SEC football is just a great place to play there, and I think that the crowd was great, and of course for their side it was great, but I think it was just very magical, and I was very happy just to be able to do that and take part in something like that.
Sure.
To build off that, playing on the road and through 2 games as the starter, how's your communication with the offensive line, with the cadence and some of the smaller details going?
Everything's good. I get the chance to meet with them whenever I want. At nighttime, I can call a meeting. For the wide receivers, if I need anything, I'll call a meeting. We'll just be able to sit there and talk, and even if it's just relaxing and just building team chemistry, we'll be able to do that. So I think everything's going well, and I think it's going to continue to do even better in the future.
Jared, you talk about the offense getting ready to break out. Is there a particular receiver that you can kind of sense in practice that is coming along that you feel like is ready to make that happen?
I think there's a collection. I think that Marquez and Smitty and Brandon Johnson have been doing a great job. I think Ethan Wolf has been doing very, very well throughout the whole season. I think that I'm going to continue to utilize him in the process. But I think the guys are just getting better every single day, and I see that, and the signs that they care really more so. Like even Palmer hasn't had a great start, but I think that he's very encouraged to keep doing so. I keep bringing him up and say, you're going to make a big play this week. And I truly think so. And I think once he does that, the sky's the limit for him.
Jared, earlier in the year, there were some jump ball opportunities for Callaway and some other guys. Is that something that they encourage you that you just haven't seen the opportunity to take, or are they not encouraging you to take those 50-50 balls? Talk about that.
We versed teams that have very good cornerbacks and they play over top and are very reluctant to be able to go and defend the deep ball. So I think that there's a lot of chances for shorter routes, digs, comebacks, and those type of things, and curls. So then that just really breaks it down. If they're going to play 10 yards off, why go deep and have my eyes? I mean, can't do anything back shoulder wise, but it just depends on personnel and who we're going against.
What would a win against Kentucky, Jarrett, do for the psyche of this football team?
What would it do for us? I think that it just builds confidence. I think that we're in need of a win and we're in need of a great team win together. And I think that with that, we'll be able to start rolling and just get things going.
You talked about the receivers. How much are you trying to keep their spirits up?